our admin to be online. So again, welcome back to this two-day international webinar on delving deep language skills and undercurrent personality traits. Here we are back again with the penultimate session, and this penultimate session will be headed by Dr. Harpreet Kaur. And before I move her to give her talk, I'd like to address a brief introduction about some of her feats and achievements. Now, Dr. Harpreet Kaur is an assistant professor of English who is working at Government Jajwal Yadev Naveen Girls College, Janskir, Chhattisgarh. She has completed her master's degree from KG Arts and Science College, Raigad, and MPhil from Guru Ghasida Central University, Bilaspur, in 2007. She has been awarded her PhD in 2015 on the topic Socio-Political Concerns in Kiran Desai's novel The Inheritance of Loss. Besides her 13 years of span of acclaimed teaching, she is also working at present as an NSS program officer and is in charge of sports in her college. She has several publications to her credit. So, very hearty welcome, ma'am, to this penultimate session. And we are very happy to have you in this penultimate session. And I must thank you for accepting the proposal to address your talk in this two-day international webinar. Now, ma'am, the forum, the platform is all yours. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Debashish Mitra sir. First of all, I would like to congratulate Government Engineering College Daman for organizing this 2 days international webinar on delving deep language skills and undercurrent personality traits. The topic is really the need of the hour, and I thank the chief patron, chairman, the convener, Dr. A.R. Chaudhary, and the whole organizing committee. My special thanks to Debashish Mitra sir, Assistant Professor, Department of Humanities, for inviting me here to deliver this lecture. My topic for today's discussion is need and aspects of effective communication. I hope this discussion will certainly help the students in grooming their personality and adding in their existing knowledge on communication skills. But I'm in a pathetic condition because when your chance is last, I have nothing new to speak about, but I will try my best. And before I begin, let me share. Okay, sir has already done. So, this is my PPT, that is need and aspects of effective communication. So, I will begin with a quote. Nobody is born as a good communicator. You have to work at it, and you can. It's like a muscle. The more you use, and the better it gets. Unquote. So it's the time to work at it, come out from your comfort zone, talk to more and more higher authority people. किसी ने खूब कहा है कि खुदा ने उस शख्स के हालात कभी नहीं बदले ना हो जिसे ख्याल खुद अपने हालात बदलने का. Lord has not changed the circumstances of those who are not concerned to change their own circumstances. One thing I must say, that ability to speak English language and have better communication skills are two different things. The first myth that I want to make clear is good communication doesn't mean knowing the English language. Many people have a misconception that if I have learned English, I am good in communication. No, English is a language and communication is a skill. Maybe you are well learned in English, you have many master's degree in the subject, but your communication is still very pathetic. Maybe. So sometimes what people do is they learn words from the dictionary and they try to insert it wherever it's possible. And especially if you want the others to get impressed and uh, so that the other will look down upon. So this is not done. Here, most of you are the students of engineering, maybe from the faculty of arts, science also have joined business management, regardless of whatever field you are from. Communication skill is very important. Now let's know first what communication is. I will request Debashish sir, please move on the slide, the next slide. Now, what communication is? The next slide, sir. Next slide, sir. Can you hear me, sir? Next slide, Debashish sir. Am I audible? Yes, thank you. So, what is communication? Union. Communication is a word which is derived from the Latin word communis, communicare, which means to make something common. Or in general, we can say communication is something to be shared, a feeling or information from a person to the other or a group of people with the use of a proper channel, words, symbols, or signs. And the most important element is last is the response or the feedback. Next slide, sir. Now, this is the process of communication in which there's a message which is passed on by the sender with a proper channel. So, the sender is encoding the message, and the receiver, that is B, is decoding the message, and in the last process is the response or feedback with which the communication gets complete. Next slide, sir. Next slide. Thank you. This slide shows you the different means of communication used since early days. Pigeons were used as messengers. You might have seen the film Maine Pyar Kiya, and then this work is done by the postmen. And now, in the modern means of communication, there are many ways like SMS, calls, MMS, emails, etc. Next slide, sir. Now we come to the main point why communication is important. So we want the others to understand us, and at the same time, we expect the others to understand. We want to understand the others, and the others should understand us. So whatever happens, man is a social animal. Whatever happens in professional life or the social life, in everywhere, everything in between, communication plays an important role. And we can see the role of communication in several key points like relationship. Relationships can't grow without proper amount of communication. The cases of breakups, divorce, separation, all such happens only due to the lack of communication, or we can say communication gap. The next is customers. If you want to flourish a business or you want to grow a company, customers' care and service must be taken care of, which is possible only when the salesman or the sales team is good in communication. The next is loyalty. Effective communication helps to build trust and loyalty everywhere. And if it's a business, uh, this helps to take the customers in confidence, win their confidence, and then, but natural, it boosts their loyalty. Last is success. The whole theory of success depends on effective communication. Next slide, sir. I must quote, if you just communicate, you can get by. But if you communicate skillfully, you can work miracles. So the need is not just to communicate, but to communicate skillfully. For that, we must understand the clarification, the classification of communication, which is categorized as number one, verbal communication. Here, written or oral communication can be considered as a part of verbal communication. So the first one is verbal, and the second is non-verbal communication. In communication, we experience both verbal and non-verbal communication at the same moment. We don't separate them. Both of these complement each other. Next slide, sir. Now, verbal and written communication, the words and other utterances we use to express ourselves are verbal communication. The communication with the use of words, reading, listening, speaking, and written format. Words have power. You might have heard that a pen is better than sword, so it's very powerful. Nowadays there are many means of communication in social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Pinterest, WhatsApp, Telegram, etc. The next slide. So again, next slide, sir. So now we'll see the non-verbal communication. Now, what are they? These are unspoken elements of communication by which we reveal our true feelings. These all are the types of non-verbal communication, which includes kinesics. And kinesics includes body language, facial expressions, your gestures, your postures, eye contact, etc. Artifacts, your personal appearance, the appearance of a person speaks a lot about his personality, his or her personality. That is the way he or she is dressed, the accessories carried by him or her. The next is proxemics, that is distance maintained by a person while having communication. The next is chronomics, that is use of time in communication. It tells how punctual or serious the person is regarding the matter. Then vocalics, that is the volume, tone of voice or pitch you are using in communication. The last is haptics, the use of touch to show emotions. The use of touch in communication, which is used to show the emotions or feelings, are haptics. According to a study of Harvard University, words are only 7% of the entire communication from one person to the other. Body language is huge, visual, auditory is huge, your body posture, your tone of your sound, and so many things. Next. So this is a picture of non-verbal communication. You may see proxemics, the distance maintained by two ladies while having communication. The next is the lady who is watching time. That is chronomics, the use of time in communication. And on the other corner, you are watching a person, his personal appearance, how he is having an appearance while having communication with the other person. Next slide, sir. So now we'll talk about facial expressions, what you say and what your face expresses must be same. But sometimes these go in a different manner, which should never happen. I will give you an example of a friend of mine. She and her husband were not talking to each other for about 10 days because of facial expressions. What happened? Husband came and he tells, "Hey, honey, you know what? My mom's coming tomorrow. So I'm so excited. I'm so happy, aren't you?" So my friend replied, "Wow, that's good. If she's coming, I'm happy." So then the fight began. He thought that she was probably not interested, she was not happy about her mother's arrival. Whereas the fact was that my friend was in middle of something, she was thinking something else, and all such happened. So her facial expression traveled faster than her words, and that was the root cause of the problem. So that's why when you are happy, you should have a smiling face. Your jawline is broad. You should have a sparkle in your eyes. Your cheek line should go high. When you are sad, you should have a numbness in your eyes. When you are anger, Your frown is showing that you are angry. Your cheek lines are low. And when you are in fear, you are scared. Surprise. Next slide, sir. These are the other facial expressions. When you are in a surprise mode, your mouth is open like this and your eyebrows are high. So these all are the facial expressions which goes along with in the communication. Next slide. Now, this is importance of eye contact. Why eye contact is necessary? It helps to getting in connection, or eye contact is necessary when I want to connect my thoughts to your thoughts. So it helps to develop interest in the speaker. Suppose at present I'm not looking at the camera lens and I'm looking here or there. So it will look very funny. Communication here will get disturbed and it will be distorted completely. Next slide. Now, these are positive and some negative gestures. Gestures have something to do with your arms, hands, legs movements. So, right body language shows your openness, your acceptance, your confidence. So, it conveys your ideas more clearly, supports your points, and avoid mixed messages to pass on. Here in this picture, you can see the spread hands. So, spread hands is the positive gesture which shows your confidence, while negative gestures like arms crossed, pointing at people, arms crossed denotes anger, your frustration, your insecurity. My daughter always, whenever she is angry, she does like this. So it expresses her anger, her frustration, and she is not interested to talk with. Next slide. Now, pointing at people. Whenever you are pointing at people, it shows maybe it shows insult to the person. When you are slouching, that shows your laziness. When thumbs is up, it means you are looking good or I like it. When thumb is down, it means your dislike. Crossing fingers, you're wishing, you're hoping desperately for something. Next slide. Now, this is a slide on handshake. Always use a firm and confident handshake. Hands must meet wedge to wedge with equal pressure. Don't get carried away. You don't want to become awkward, aggressive, or painful for the other person. So it is said that 26% of hiring managers say that a weak handshake is responsible uh, for leaving the persons from the job. So if you want to maintain your professionalism, you should have a firm handshake and a confident handshake. Next. Next slide. Now, this is all about postures. It makes or breaks the communication and shows if the person is interested or disinterested in what is being said. One can easily convey the feelings and attitudes through postures. A speaker who leans forward appears to be very interested rather than the one who slouches. So it's very important to have correct postures in communication. Next slide. Now, every small thing say big things about you. There are some gestures which spoil your postures. Never sit and stand with hands folded, as it acts as a barrier between you and the person you are talking to. It shows your uninterest, you are not interested to. If you are carrying your hands in your pocket, It shows disrespect. You have something to hide, especially in professionalism. Next slide. When you sit, never sit with legs crossed. Scientifically, also, it obstructs your blood circulation, and it also implies that the other person is not interested in communication. Next. Now, I will take you to the world of visual communication, which is very popular these days. The graphic novels, the graphic designs are the examples where using photography as well as the mashups of various images here, and communication is done by these aids in a wonderful manner. Next. Now, this is the main point of my presentation, that what are the essential skills for effective communication. Number one is listening. So, listening is very important. Effective communication starts with being able to listen, not speak. And what happens is, the biggest problem in communication is we don't listen to understand, but we listen to reply. These are the 7 C's of communication, as I think yesterday one of the speaker has already dealt with, but still I will recall. These are the 7 C's: clarity, very clear; confidence, courtesy, correctness, conciseness, concreteness, and completeness. So your communication should have all these 7 C's of communication. Next slide. So this is the power of smile, which is the best cure for any treatment. It creates positive feeling towards your personality. It's the problem solver in all walks of life. It helps the people to get connected, and it grooms you really well. Next. Now, this is a slide on fighting with irrational fears. What happens is we underestimate ourselves and overestimate our problems and challenges. A great writer, Mark Twain, has rightly said, 98% of my life was spent fighting with the problems which never existed. So here I would like to share one story of a bus conductor. You can see the picture of a bus conductor. He was of a short height, weak and lean body, but happily earning his bread and was quite satisfied in his life. But one day, a person of huge personality of 6 feet height and a heavy stature came in bus and had a seat. So the bus conductor went on and by asking that, "Sir, ticket." So the person stared with a strange look. The conductor was speechless, and he felt internal weakness, and he doesn't dare to ask again. The next day, same incident, same person, and the same look, and again the conductor was didn't dare to ask the ticket. This happened again and again, and it goes on like this. Finally, what happened? The bus conductor lost his peace of mind, and he stopped. He decided to stop doing his duty, and he went to a gym to build up his body and muscles. After 6 months, he met the same person, but this time with confidence, and asked, "Ticket, sir." You might be shocked with his reply. He said, "Oh, I'm having a pass as I'm a government employee." So this is the way the bus conductor has wasted long time to build up confidence and talk to that person. So this is all we are fighting with irrational fears. I must quote an American author, Wayne Dyer, here. When you change the way you look at things, the things you are looking at begins to change. प्रॉब्लम नजरिए में नहीं, प्रॉब्लम चीजों में नहीं, प्रॉब्लम नजरिए में है. किसी शायर ने लिखा है कि नजर का ऑपरेशन हो सकता है, लेकिन नजरिए का ऑपरेशन होना बहुत मुश्किल है. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड सर. Now, in this slide, we will talk about the barriers of communication, physiological factors, that is state of human body and mind, and physical disabilities. There are some environmental or physical barriers in the workplace. There can be noise, design problems, closed doors, etc. Psychological factors, maybe your mental condition, your perceptions, your wrong assumptions, your emotions, attitudes, etc. And there are also some cultural factors, different language, signs, symbols, behaviors, and manners. Next. Next slide. Now, how to overcome these barriers? The first is improve listening skills, which is very important. Uh, and again, improve listening skills with writing skills also. These are also important. Avoid misinterpretation, mistakes, and misunderstandings. This can also be overcome by collecting informations about the problem at hand. What are the problems? Use clear language that the person understands. Next is check the time and place to communicate. And the last is evaluate feedback and audience analysis. Next. So this is a picture. Uh, Here a meeting is going on, and you can observe, you can feel what is going on. Is this a good communication? What exactly is going on here? So, in this meeting, the person is reading and reading, and the other persons are slouching. Some are putting their arms on their head. Somebody is laying down on the table. So, this is what are the things you are feeling and observing. Can you write it in the chat box if the students can help in responding? So, yes, so there's a need of eye contact. He's not looking to anybody. Eye contact is that is why it's very necessary. And the lack of interest, you can see the lack of interest in the audience because of no eye contacts, body language. He's just mugging up, he's just reading. So that is why with verbal, non-verbal communication is also important and plays an important role in communication. Next slide, sir. Now in this picture, you can see this man is speaking something, and the lady is not able to understand anything. She's thinking about something. So this is a kind of cultural barrier of communication. The person is not able to understand the language of the guy. Next picture. Next. So in this picture, you can see two persons. One person is maybe he's the boss and he's scolding the other person. The other person is thinking how to respond, and the person is uh, communicating in a one-way process. He's going on speaking and speaking, scolding that person. So this is not a good communication. No communication. Communication is a two-way process, and the person is thinking how to respond that person. Next. Now, the next slide is I will give you some tips for an interview, how to face an interview if you are going to face an interview in your life. The first one is, which is very necessary, you have to keep smiling, smile on your face. You have to greet, you have to avoid, hey, WhatsApp. So these are the do's and don'ts what you have to follow while facing an interview. You have to greet, but avoid, hey, WhatsApp. You have to give your introduction for 1 minute approx. And I am or my name is, you have to give your full name always. You have to avoid myself or I am Miss or Mrs. This is wrong. You have to maintain proper eye contact. You have to say thank you for shortlisting me and giving this opportunity if you are shortlisted. Then next, you have to give your present work experience, your achievements. Then you have to share your extra qualities, what you possess, like if you are having the qualities of your good singer, or you have done MA in vocal, classical, etc. You can share that qualities, but don't sound very pompous. Give proofs and evidences of whatever you are talking about. Always give the evidences. Next. So this is an interview which is going on. She's having a smiling face and she is sharing her PV, I think, sorry, CV. And this is the kind of good communication and a good interview that lady is facing. Next. So, with this, I would like to end my discussion with a quote. You can have brilliant ideas, but if you can't get them across, your ideas won't get you anywhere. Unquote. So, thank you for listening me patiently and have a nice day. Thank you. So, go up and never stop. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was really great session for all of us. Before I summarize your session, let me check out is there any questions. So I will request the admin to put up the questions if it has come. So one question for you, ma'am. Ma'am, how to overcome the perceptual barrier in communication?
Okay. Perceptual barrier, actually perceptions means the way you are looking at the things. And now how to overcome these barriers in communication is to first to seek clarity. You have to talk in clear language. You have to have the listening skills. First listen the person where the problem is, where the problem arises. You have to the question ask questions to gain a sense of clarity, and with the use of clear language you can overcome this perceptual barrier in communication.
Uh, Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Any next question?
Uh, Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, due to the technical glitch, ma'am, sorry for that. Ma'am, we may have some more questions. I will request the admin. Ma'am, will you explain uh, don't sound pompous? It's from student. That's why some syntactical error has come.
Okay, don't sound pompous means don't show your, don't expose too much. Don't say that I can do this, I can do this, I can do many things. But if you are not able to, don't show that part of your side which you are not able to. Only say that much what you can do. So don't sound pompous, don't show extra, or don't be pompous, or don't expose too much in your conversation.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I think we have some more questions. I will request. Mm, there is a question from Dr. Archana Kumari. I will request the admin to bring her into the screen. Yes, ma'am. You can ask the question from the screen itself.
Uh, I'm not able to hear, Archana ma'am.
Huh.
Yes, ma'am.
I could not ask you earlier. Actually, I wanted to know, is there any difference between communication skills and interpersonal skills?
Okay, interpersonal skills is the process of exchange in two or more people. That is interpersonal, and
I think
what?
sometimes, ma'am, it is interchangeable. Sometimes we use these two words, communication skills and interpersonal skills. So I wanted to make it more clear if there is any specific difference between these, because very often we use these two terms interchangeably. So I wanted to know something, throw some light on you on it.
Ma'am, I'm not getting how to explain this answer, the difference between communication skills and.
It's okay, ma'am. It's okay.
Uh, Ma'am, I have some views to these questions. I can try to answer that. Can we have Archana ma'am on the screen again?
Yes, yes.
Ma'am, I am trying to figure out the answer of it. Ma'am, I think communication skill is more general in terms, and interpersonal skills is very specific. Interpersonal skills are meant for communication that is done between close relatives, between people of intimacies, maybe between parents and between those people who come in intimate terms. But communication skills is very general by and large. It's a generalized communication. This much I can share. So hope
I
it may.
think, yeah, I think besides this, it is also in workplaces also. One is required to
Yes,
have
of course.
interpersonal skills when they are working in a corporate sector. Okay, so how do they are means how do they communicate? How do they present themselves? And how they are getting convinced? Okay, making people convinced of their. But still, I had some confusion, so I wanted to know. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for this
But
very
as such,
nuanced
if you
question.
say, ma'am, there is any difference between communication skill and interpersonal, I don't find as such.
Yeah, so that's why I asked this question
It's
because
only the
many.
scale that is that is, you can say, it is having a difference in the scale, if you say.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Okay, so ma'am, we have another question for you. In any conversation, if you are nervous, then what to do at the time to sound confident? Over to you, ma'am.
Actually, yes. If you're very nervous and you don't want to exhibit to the, you don't want to show that you are nervous, and you want to, at that time, you want to sound confident, then first you have to take a breathe, and then you have to practice for that. And this is nervousness is a human behavior. Everybody face this nervousness at the time, whenever you are going in audience and when you are surrounded by many people. So it is all the practice which makes a man perfect. And by practice you can avoid, you can overcome this problem of nervousness. As many person have told that stand in front of the mirror, and you can imagine that you are surrounded by many people, and day by day you will overcome this problem, and you will sound confident one day.
Thank you, ma'am. We have, I think, yeah, it's a very general question coming from a student. What is interpersonal skills again? And it has been already answered. So we can skip this question. And if we have any left, yes, what are the key skills for interview questions? Okay. So, yes, ma'am, over to you.
So what are the key skills for interview question? First, interview depends. Key skills depends on the interview. If you have gone for the interview, you want to get an employee, you want to become an employee in company, or you want to be a teacher, or you want to be selected somewhere. So it depends on the situation, which kind of interview you are going to face. So if you are going to face an interview of a teacher, then they will question you about they will talk first, they will ask your introduction and what degrees you are having, your experience, what experience you have, and how you will face the students. So in company you should have the data, the facts, the figures, your experience, in which companies you have went across, and you have the experience of different
Muskura sir,
kinds of companies. So these all depends on the job you are seeking for.
okay, thank you, ma'am. I think we have completed all the questions. Another question has come. What is people's skill? Yes, ma'am. It's a question. What is people's skill?
People skill, I can't understand this question, sir. What do you mean by people skill?
Mm, uh,
Can you explain this
uh,
question?
yeah, ma'am. Actually, I'm also not able quite to explain it because it's also kind of new for me. People skill, I don't understand. Maybe it's a kind of skill. Maybe it can be related to public speaking so far, I believe. But anyway, thank you, ma'am. And to sum up, okay, again, another question has popped up. Why we don't use myself while introducing ourselves? Yes, ma'am.
Okay, why we don't use myself while introducing ourselves? Actually, in interview, you should speak the whole sentence, and it is generally said that don't introduce yourself as myself, Dr. Harpreet Kaur. You should say, I am Dr. Harpreet Kaur, or my name is Doctor. That is more preferable than myself.
Yes, ma'am. And to this question, I also can add that myself, most of the times doesn't occur at the very beginning of the sentence. So yes, the next question. Oh, why don't we use? Okay, let's take the another one. What type of skills we have to require to impress the interviewer?
Okay, what type of skills we have to require to impress the interviewer? So, the first skill which is required is first is confidence. You should have confidence. Maybe you are not knowing the answer. I will give you an example from my personal life. When I went to for my PSC interview, when I faced that interview, I was very scared because I was surrounded by many people. We were in the batch of 25. We went, and I was the youngest among all them. So I thought that maybe they were all above the age of 40 or 45, and I was the youngest. So I thought I won't able to reply, or maybe I won't get be selected. So what happened is they don't check what age you belong to, what experience you have. It depends on the job you are seeking for. As I said earlier, what they seek is your confidence, how you are going to cope up with the problems, and how you manage your profession at that time. So, your confidence is the first and foremost thing which is required, I think, to impress the interviewer. And further, your suppose you are having other qualities like in my interview, I said that I have done MA in vocal classical music from Tharagarh University. So they were quite impressed by that, and I have shown them the pictures that I'm a good host. I have hosted Chakradhar Samaroh of Raigad. So like that, you can also give many. If you have other qualities, you can share while at the time of interview.
Thank you, ma'am. We have completed all the questions, and all the questions have been satisfactorily answered. Now, ma'am, to sum up your session, you talked about non-verbal aspects of language skills. I should say it's the good reiteration of the non-verbal aspects of language skills, and you also demarcated positive, negative gestures, barriers of communication. Again, seven C's of communication in a very different perspective. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you once again that you have come over here and accepted our proposal, even in your busy schedule. And on behalf of our college, we extend our hearty thanks to this great session. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It's really my pleasure. You gave me this opportunity, and thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am. So, now we have successfully completed all the rigorous sessions since yesterday, and now we are going to have two follow-up sessions. That is the vote of thanks and valedictory address. And now, before we start the vote of thanks, I would like to I have an announcement for the participants who have registered in our webinar. So I request all the participants to be with us for these two sessions. And after these two uh, follow-up short sessions, we are going to announce the date and time of the distribution of the certificates. So now I would like to welcome Mr. Puspuraj Sir, one of our faculty members who supported very much to conduct this two-day international webinar. And I would invite him to address the vote of thanks. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for giving me this precious opportunity to offer the vote of thanks for this two-day international workshop. Delving deep, language skills and undercurrent personality traits, which was conducted on 22nd and 23rd of April, hosted by the Government Engineering College, Daman. At the first place, I would like to express thanks to the Chief Patron, Dr. A. Muthamma, Secretary, Higher and Technical Education, DNH and DD. I extend my thanks to the Chairman and Technical Education. My thanks also goes to the convener of this webinar, Dr. Avinash Chaudhary, the Principal, Government Engineering College, Daman. Thanks to the convener and host of this webinar, Professor Debashish Mitra, Assistant Professor in Department of Humanities, Government Engineering College, Daman. I must unfailingly extend my thanks to all the resource persons, including Dr. Sasan Basgir from Medical Science Branch, English Department, Tehran, Iran, for his session, killing two birds with one stone. We are really inspired by his personal story and struggles for learning English language. I am sure the audience will follow his advice of involving the students in process of learning and extensive reading of literature. Dr. Sasan Vasgir also entertained. Then we had Dr. Archana Kumari from Center of Foreign Languages, Department of English, Central University of South Bihar for session 2, a talk on communication skills and personality development. I thank her for introducing us to SWOT analysis and 7 C's of communication. Then for session 3, I thank Dr. Sahil Mohammad Delabul Hussain from School of Humanities, Kalinga Institute of Industrial Technology, Bhubaneswar, Odisha, for the session of Nooks of Resume Writing, guiding us to create a self-narrative through our resume and also introducing us to the new trends of resume, including the video resume. Then I thank Dr. Sneha Mishra from School of Social Science and Languages, Vellore Institute of Technology, Tamil Nadu, for today's first session, that is Speaking with Confidence. The realization that it is okay to feel nervous and we are not alone, even the eminent people have stage fear, will relieve our students and give them confidence. The session covered almost all the aspects and techniques in detail to give an impressive presentation. Then for the final session, I thank Dr. Harpreet Kaur from Department of English, Government Jajwalya Dev Naveen Girls College, Janjgir, Chhattisgarh, for educating us on need and aspects of effective communication. We learned about the importance of non-verbal communication, like body language, expressions, and postures in effective communication. We also realized that effective listen. We also got some effective tips for facing an interview. Now, I would be failing my duties if I pass off the organizing committee for the continuous technical support throughout all the sessions. I convey my humble thanks to the organizing team, including the team member and keynote speaker of the webinar, Professor Vinay Kathor from Mechanical Engineering, Government Engineering College, Daman, Professor Nisarg Bhandari from Mechanical Engineering, Professor Dhaval Bhandari from Civil Engineering, Professor Janbaks Variava from Mechanical Engineering, Professor Dhaval Jinjuwadia from Electrical Engineering, and Professor Sandeep Kumar from Department of Mathematics. Once again, on behalf of the Government Engineering College, Daman, I convey my warm thanks to all the resource persons, faculties, students, and participants for your patience. I hope everyone is safe in this current situation going on throughout the world. Take care of yourself and your family. Thank you very much. Over to you, Debashish sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for this warm vote of thanks. I believe that all of the participants have been elated by your detailed and very clean vote of thanks. Now, to follow the valedictory address, now for the participants, let's get back to the main business, to the concern of the participants' certificates. Now, within a week, our organizing team will try best to provide the certificates for you. It will take within a week, 1 week it will take to send the e-certificates for the registered participants. Now, so we are now on the very back end of this 2-day international webinar, delving deep. Really, we have delved deep, or at least our resource persons delved us deep in these language skills and undercurrent personality traits. Now, as the web curtain of the webinar falls, these academicians and the resource persons have brought with us and created a dialogue between language skills and personality traits, to be precise. Now, I'd like to mention some names, and those names really need to be mentioned. I would like to extend a bouquet of thanks to our organizing committee, including Professor Vinay Khator, Professor Nisarg Bhandari, Professor Dhaval Jinjuwaria, Professor Dhaval Bhandari, Professor John Bucks, Professor Sandeep. All of them single-handedly helped us, specifically for my personal end. I must specifically mention Professor Vinay Khator and Nisarg Bhandari, who without an inch of doubt helped us to conduct and made this webinar very, very successful. I congratulate all of them. Now, so it's time to part. But as we say, let us depart to meet again in the days, months, years to come. Hopefully, we will again come back with another webinar with another different topic. And I must thank to all the participants, all the viewers who are present in the other ends. So thank you. And this webinar has been successful only for the kind patience from the participants. So thank you so much and have a good day. We will meet again somewhere else, maybe in physical platform, not in this e-platform amidst global crisis. Hope you are doing well. Have a good day. Thank you so much.